12 Weeks to Off Leash by Karma Ann and Michael Kelley. First off, we are not professional dog trainers. The methods we use may not be suitable for your dog or your situation. In 2018, Bo joined our family at around 6 months old. She had dangerous fear aggression towards both people and other animals, so we searched the internet for help. Most advice focused on positive reinforcement and insisted we could not correct a dog who growled because, that was a warning sign. We tried a few things, but none seemed to be working, and we were really afraid we would not be able to keep her. The methods we used are loosely based on the Keohler Dog Training program. Karma trained with Bill's son Dick Keohler in the early 1980s and competed in obedience trials with her Sheltie for years, always placing in the top 3 dogs. It was the only method she knew to be effective with problem dogs. It would either be a success or we would be faced with the heartbreaking choice of rehoming the dog because she was decidedly not safe around our grandson or our small Schnauzer. Right in. Here's week 1. You take the dog and place it on a very long lunge line, and you walk. That's week 1. You walk all over. You turn, you run, never giving any commands to the dog, never looking at her, talking to her. You just walk. She's attached to you. The dog begins to learn that there's some value in watching where you go. By week 2, you're ready to have a standard 6-foot leash. Place the leash in your right hand, held at about the center of your body. Do not touch the leash with your left hand. Give the dog one command, one time. Say the word heel and begin walking, just as you did in the lunge line the week before. Make some stops, turn different directions, change your speed, just keep walking. There's a lot of walking in this program.
Heel.
Only give the command once. The dog will learn on her own that it would behoove her to watch what you're doing. Notice when Michael runs, he drops the slack from his right hand, so the full length of the leash is there. She has plenty of time to catch up. In week 3, you're going to introduce the sit command.
Sit.
You'll do all of your walking like you've done in the previous weeks,
Heel.
but you're going to add the sit. So now, when you stop, you will say one time the dog's name and the word sit. And very gently take your hand.
Heel.
Okay, but when she's too far out, then you turn 180 degrees and go the other way. Don't, just keep
and
moving.
Place her bottom
Sit.
on the ground while simultaneously holding your right hand, which has the leash, up high. This will help get the dog in position to be sitting. Again, you only say the sit command one time, and you always position the dog in the sit. Tell them they're good once after doing it, and then go back and do your walking, your runs, your turning. You'll notice that Bo is instinctively beginning to watch.
Sit. Good. Hey, have to.
And remember, this is not a sit-stay, so it's fine that the dog pops back up after they've sat down.
Sit. Good.
If you work every day at this, you'll notice by the end of the week, that dog's tail is going to be going towards the ground every time you stop. And that's what you want to see happening.
Both sit. Good.
On week 4, if you've done all of your homework in the previous weeks, you'll notice that your dog is naturally sitting down when you stop because she's learned that that's what's expected. So it's perfectly acceptable now to give her a quick correction if she does not sit. You also no longer need to be using the word sit as a command because she knows that now. If for some reason the dog doesn't sit, you can take your right hand and just quickly jerk up on the chain one time as a reminder this is time to be sitting. If you've done all your work, you probably won't ever have a chance to use a correction.
Ready? Both heel.
The other really important thing while you're doing all of this training is to always train with distractions. Other dogs, other people, throw a ball, train near something loud. Training with distractions will ensure that you have a dog that is attentive and only watching you. Watch as Michael notices that Bo's lagging behind. He doesn't give her another heel command. He simply starts to take off running.
Both heel.
This signals to the dog that they should be watching and staying close. Watch here in week 5 as Michael introduces the stay.
Both
He
stay.
places his hand in front of the dog, pivots to the front, holding the leash tight, and then returns back to the dog in only a few seconds and continues
Both
on.
heel. How's that?
You'll be adding the stay command as you continue practicing your walking this week.
Right there's good.
Stay.
Bo looks, but she doesn't break her stay.
Both heel.
Some people ask, what do you do if your dog's lunging forward? Well, you turn around and run the other way. What do you do if she's heeling too wide? Well, you turn to the right and you run. There's no jerking the chain, telling her multiple times. You're just walking. She's learning on her own.
Both stay. Good girl. Both heel.
By week 6, as you practice all of the skills that you've learned thus far, you'll notice that you'll be able to move farther and farther away on the sit, stay command.
Both stay.
In this situation, Michael's brought her to some additional distractions. I remember taking classes with Dick Keohler. He would bring a metal garbage can to class and roll it in front of the dogs. Training with distractions ensures that you will have a dog that will listen in every situation, in any environment, each and every time. In week 7, you're going to introduce the down command. We chose to use a wall next to us because that made Bo less skittish. Give the command one time,
Bo, down.
then hold on to her collar with your left hand as you use your right hand to gently slide her feet down to the ground. Lots of praise.
Good girl.
Lots of praise.
Good girl. Bo's a good
Because
girl.
it's a new command.
It's not a downstay, so she can get up.
You're going to be
Try it
placing
again.
her on the down, much like you did the sit
Oh, heel.
command, for most of this week. Don't even give her an opportunity to get it wrong until she is really solid. Lots of practice.
Bo, down.
Say the command only one time. Then gently place her down.
Good girl.
Lots of praise.
Good girl. That's a good girl. Good girl. Bo, heel. Oh no, here comes the dreaded carpet. Bo, down. Good girl. Bo, heel.
By week 8, you'll notice that she's going down on her own.
Bo, down. Good girl. Good girl. That's a good girl.
What you'll notice the handler
good
doing
girl,
here is
yeah.
taking a step forward and holding on to the chain.
Bo, heel.
Because if she doesn't go down, he will use the chain in a quick movement to the ground to make sure she understands
Bo, down.
that when she's told
Good
down,
girl.
she's to go down quickly.
Bo, heel.
Again, if you've done all of your work every single day, you will have little opportunity to ever correct the dog because she knows what she's doing. Continue to practice all of your moves,
Bo, stay.
including extended stays. Did you see when he left on the stay, he left leading with his right leg? That's important because you lead with your left leg if you're going to heel the dog. Heeling is left leg. Stay, you leave with your right leg leading. Look how good she is.
Bo, heel. Bo, down. Good girl. Good girl. Bo, heel. Bo, down. Bo, stay. Bo, heel. Good girl. Bo, down. Bo, stay.
At this point, if your dog is reliably going down, you can add the stay command. She knows what to do, from being solid on her sit stays. In this example, if the dog jumps up back into a sit position, you go in and you correct her. You do not give the command again. She knew what she was supposed to do. The more distractions you train with, the more solid your dog will become.
Bow heel. Good girl.
It's week 10, and you're going to introduce
stay.
the come command.
Bow come.
Standing at the full length of the
Good
leash,
girl.
reel the dog back to you until she's
heel.
sitting in front of you.
Good girl.
On week 11, if your dog is solid on her come command and her heeling, you're ready to introduce the invisible line. Some dogs perform quite well when they're on a leash, but as soon as you unclasp it, they're running all over because they know you can't get them. In this example, Michael has attached a long fishing line to a tab that's on her collar. It's too thin for her to feel, but if she bolts
Bow heel.
or does not come when she's called, he's able to pick it up very quickly and correct her to bring her in.
Bow come. Good girl. Bow heel. Bow down. Bow stay. Bow come. Good girl. That's a good girl. Bow heel.
In week 12,
Bow stay.
you're going to polish your skills, everything you've learned up until now. You're going to want to extend your stay commands to be completely out of sight. You'll want to use more distractions. Use whispers instead of shouting to make sure that she's perfectly spot on listening to every command you give.
Bow come. Good girl. That's a good girl. Bow heel.
Now this is a good time to be able to do the whisper. As soon as she gets distracted with something. Oh, look at this stick. Want the stick? Bo! What's that?
Now, Michael's already told her okay, which means she's no longer training or healing with him. But look how hard it is to distract her. She knows he's walking around, and all eyes are on him. She's curious.
You don't even need to face her. You could just stop and call.
Watch how softly he calls her.
Oh, come. Good girl. Okay.
Hey, Bo. You good girl. Hey, Bo. Hey, Bo.
Now, I'm not taking her away from a heel
What
command.
a good
'cause he had
girl.
already
Look at you.
released
Did
her.
you have fun today? Did you have fun today? Now, it'll be interesting to see if she'll leave me.
Oh, come.
Spot
Good girl.
on.
Good girl.
Fast forward 3 years. We hadn't had a leash or a collar on Bo since her initial training. When I saw that the AKC was holding virtual competitions during the pandemic, I was so excited to see if Bo remembered what she'd learned from so long ago. It needed only a couple of days to brush up and learn a couple of different things that are specific to the rallies. But you could see she retained everything she learned from those initial 12 weeks. This is one of the official courses that we submitted. She received 90 points and qualified, missing 4 points for being a little wide of her mark and 6 points because we stepped on the signs of the rally course. That's my fault. I should have read up on that. But for us, it wasn't about competing in shows. We wanted a dog that was going to be safe around the babies, that would be excellent around all of the different animals in the house. And that's exactly what we have in Bo. 12 hard weeks invested on walking around. We have a dog who is solid and safe in any situation, all circumstances. She can be trusted to listen. Okay, here's one final example. I don't mind if Bo runs around. But watch here in this next clip. One soft command. Bo stops in mid-track and comes right back by my side. And she'll walk, slowly, every step with me. Because that's what I need. She's my support dog. And she's perfect.